Our guest today on The Breakfast Show, they have been together across 4 decades and in that time have made some of mine, and I know, listeners, many of your favourite albums. Absolute pleasure to welcome to the show Curt and Roland from Tears for Fears. Hello, boys. How are you?
We're pretty good, considering the lack of sleep.
So, hang on, we've just had a conversation off air, Roland, that you can survive on 5 hours sleep.
Oh, I can survive. 5 hours would be nice.
Really?
So, yeah, I flew in from the East Coast of America.
Okay.
Curt flew in from the West Coast, and I think he's less jet lagged than me.
Gosh, since I last saw you, something rather magnificent has happened. You have appeared in the Minion universe. Let's remind ourselves of this incredible moment.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Sounds better than the original.
Much better.
He was here recently, Steve Carell.
We'll find you acting your best behavior. Turn your back on murder. Make sure everybody wants.
Tears for Fears, featuring in the Minions, so good. When you get a call like that, is that an instant yes? Had you seen the Minions film? Were you aware of their work?
Definitely aware of the Minions because of my children. What was fascinating about it was that I actually know Steve Carell, so it was...
Hang on a minute, of course you do.
Well, because, I'm from LA, innit? No, he was a parent in my kid's school. His kids went to the same school.
Oh, wow. So would you, school drop-off?
Yes.
You'd find yourself chatting to Steve?
He was one of the rare other dads that was there all the time, like me. Normally it's full of moms and then just a few dads. But I spent, quite a few years at school, mornings and afternoons.
That's amazing. Are you on things like PTAs or, do you
no, I used to do a lot of fundraising for the school, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've done things with Steve, in fact, for the school. He normally MCs it. He's that guy because he's funny. And then I would just perform. But yeah, we've done fundraisers together.
Okay, so now we understand. Steve had an in with you for the Minions film. It's so, so good. I love it. Also, you have a whole new army of younger fans, which is the wonderful thing. Is that a lovely thing for you guys as a band?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's incredible. I think a lot of it's to do with the people who have covered our songs. So a lot of people hear the songs, they don't know who Tears for Fears are. And they're so enamoured by them that they actually check out the original artist.
We have absolutely loved The Girl That I Call Home.
Sure.
It's been on our playlist.
Great.
Played it for the first time on the show. I do believe that this song came from a special request, Roland.
There are love songs, and there are older artists who write love songs, people like Van Morrison and Neil Young. Their love songs are beautiful. Even The Cure, even early Cure, he was writing songs for his wife. Now, Curt and I have struggled with simple love songs. I mean, we did Head Over Heels, and that had such an obtuse lyric to it. So when it came to the Girl That I Call Home, I was just hoping, to God that I could just do a straightforward love song. And the first lyric to that was pretty horrendous, and it was like, how do I write this? And Curt sort of hit me over the head with a hammer, and we spent a couple of weeks earlier this year in LA, and we kind of got it good enough.
Oh, and is it for someone special? We know the rumour is for your...
There are 2 songs on this album which are inspired by my wife Emily. I've been married for 4 years now.
I know. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is so lovely, and it's very special for her to have, because as lovers, you send each other love songs, don't you? But to have a song written for you. Yeah. So The Girl That I Call Home on the new album, but also Emily said her name is in that song.
It is, yeah.
2 songs.
I know.
I love it. It's like buses. You want 1 love song and 2 come along. So they are The Girl That I Call Home and Emily Said are 2 of 4 tracks, new studio tracks that feature on an album of live music, which is the brand new album. But let's talk about another of those tracks, Astronaut, which I heard for the first time yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And I know is one of your favourites of the 4. What can you tell us about this, Curt?
Well, I mean, Roland would be better to probably talk about it, but it was a song that we'd had sitting around for quite a while, but it didn't seem to fit in with the tipping point and kind of got left aside.
I mean, obviously it's about detachment and not feeling that you're part of this world and that kind of stuff. But it's also about, when you were a kid, I don't know if people ever asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? They asked me. I mean, Curt, I know, wanted to be a pilot.
Roland, what was the answer to that question for you?
Maths teacher.
What? Really?
Yeah, well, music,
Gosh,
maths,
yeah.
Connected.
They are connected.
So what did you...
What did
you
I
say?
want to be? I wanted to be Fanny Bryce originally. Funny
We all
girl.
wanted to be Fanny
We all...
Bryce.
Roland, there's the truth.
Not many people are actually going to say, you know what, I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah. Well, taken from the fabulous brand new album, Songs for a Nervous Planet. This is Tears for Fears, an astronaut. That is sublime. Astronaut, Tears for Fears. Curt and Roland are with us this morning on the show. An amazing reaction to that. Tell us more about why it's taken you so long, because this album has 18 tracks recorded live at one of your concerts. It's only taken, was it 40 years to have
42.
a live... 42, exactly, to have a live album. Where did the idea come from, and why was it this particular time to do it?
Well, the idea initially was from Sarah, who's in the next room, our manager.
Thank you, Sarah.
Of filming a show. Because we don't actually get to see the show, where, obviously most of the show is behind us, being the two at the front. And on the last couple of legs after the Tipping Point album, on the tour following that, it'd become a lot more visual. We were making these videos that didn't involve us, that were visual representations of the song. So it became more of a show, and we were told that it looks amazing and it's just so multi-dimensional now. It's not just a live band playing. So the idea was to film it. And then once we started mixing the film, we realized, we're actually really good. We shocked ourselves.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. And so we figured, the rec company asked us what we wanted to do next, and the live album kind of came to mind because we've been listening to it and realizing that we'd never released an official live album.
So there's a film of this, which is we'll all be able to see. We'll be able to go and see it in the cinema as well.
Yes.
So all the listeners are coming in saying, "I love Tears for Fears. I've never been able to see them live." If you weren't at Radio 2 in the Park, by the way, in Leicester last year, which was an amazing performance from the boys as well. Where was it filmed? Where was this particular gig?
It was Franklin, Tennessee.
Of course.
Yes, of course. And, we when it was proposed to us, we kind of said, well, all right, Franklin is a beautiful amphitheatre with natural rock. You can light it up. And so we did.
Oh, I can't wait to go and see this with my crew, actually, watch it. So many Tears for Fears fans have got in touch with the show. Rachel in Preston saw the amazing Tears for Fears at St Austell Cornwall Coliseum in about 1985.
I remember that show.
Was it a good one, Roland?
That was incredible. For Rachel. I'm not sure if it was incredible for everyone.
Absolutely adored them. I still have the yellow muscle top I bought to go and see them in. Rachel in Preston. Those tops were a big thing in that era, weren't they?
It's weird the amount of times I've been asked, where did that come from? Where do I get them? That's the downside of, being in the public eye as a musician, is you are constantly reminded of the way you look, as I'm sure you're aware. And you look back and, what am I wearing?
Zoe hasn't changed.
This is very true.
Yes, exactly the same. I have a very embarrassing interview with Oasis where I wore, what I was thinking, I have no idea. I'm in an Adidas top, I think, and I'm wearing like a Bisto kid hat.
Oh, Bisto though.
I know, but I'm ribbed mercilessly, and it does the rounds, that clip. I regret it a lot. Morning So, I've always loved Tears for Fears since I was 6 years old. I'm 50 next year. Finally got to see them a few years ago at the Spitfire Ground in Canterbury. What a night. There are so many of these. There really are. Now, something else very exciting that's happening. You are doing a mini residency in Vegas. Is this something that you've been asked to do before, and why was now the right time?
I'm not sure we've been asked to do it before. It felt right now. The offer came in, and it sort of coincides obviously with the release of the film and the album, and so it's sort of a celebration for us. We feel it's more of a sort of audition for the Sphere.
Well, see, The Sphere. If anyone who doesn't know what the Sphere is, can you explain a bit more about it? Because I've seen some of the visuals.
It is a gigantic dome, well, sphere. It's round and the visuals, because all of the walls are the visuals, and
It's all encompassing.
yeah. It's an experience, and you're sat right in the middle of it. So
It's probably the highlight of your live experience.
Okay, so fingers crossed, a residency and then the Sphere.
Tears for Spheres.
It's written itself, Roland.
It's written. Yes.
It is written. Well, that's very exciting. I don't suppose you will remember when Shout was number one, going on a show called The Wide Awake Club on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
My dad had to interview because I think Timmy Mallet was off poorly. And I sat at home and my friends were all like, your dad is meeting Tisford. I've never forgiven him for the fact that he didn't bring me with him to
I
meet
remember
you.
the Wide Awake Club.
Yeah, the Wide
absolutely.
Awake Club. It was such a great show. Well, honestly.
I remember your dad as well.
Oh, he'll love that.
He was amazing.
He'll be so chuffed. He's so clever. Well, I tell you what, we'll play The Girl That I Call Home, your Emily's song. And let me remind everybody that Tears for Fears Live, a tipping point film, will be in cinemas next Thursday and Saturday. That's the 24th and the 26th of October. The new album, Songs for a Nervous Planet, is out next Friday. And some of those tracks are already out now. You can hear them wherever you listen to your music. I am imagining there's some special vinyl out there as well.
Oh, there's a lot of special vinyl.
Oh, so good. That's out on October the 25th. Vegas, baby. I'll see you at the Sphere.
Fantastic.
Roland and Curt, so lovely to see you.
It's great
Great
to see you.
you too. Thanks, Zoe.